Do you want to learn how to get style and flavor out of your letters? Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to do that right now.
Creator Massive.
Hey guys, welcome to Creator Massive. My name's Kato and today I'm going to show you some sketching techniques to help you push your letters further and get more style and flavor out of them. I've done a few examples of the letter B, because that's just what happened. And I've gone all the way from a simple letter all the way up to some cranking wild style, flowy, all over the place kind of stuff. So without further ado, sounds stupid. So, enough talk, let's get down to business. Check it out! Alright, let's jump in and draw some bees. Not bumblebees, just regular old letter bees. Letter bees, yeah. Killer bees. They're going to be killer bees. So I'm going to draw them in pieces. And I'll probably do 5 pieces. No, 4 pieces for this one. Now let's do a slightly different one. I'm going to do a little bit of a bent piece for this one. And I'm going to make the head on it really big. Just because, you know, it could be fun. The bottom of it is going to have a little bit more of a bend. And then for this piece, I'll wonk that around a little bit. It's pretty similar to the one I did before. I've just exaggerated the forms a little bit more. Now for the next ones, let's do something a little bit more curvy. So there's the backbone, nice and curvy, just the way you like it. There's the bottom bit, it's looking real bubbly. And I've decided to just turn that top piece into a heart, like this is a piece here and a piece here. Instead, I've decided to break it in the middle there and make it 2 pieces instead of 3 pieces like these two are here. Oh, it's actually still the same, I've just changed the shape of it a little bit, so let's just say I extend this one around to there. There you go. There's another one. Alright, let's do something a little bit different and special for this one. Try and crank it out a little bit more. Alright. I'm going to do a single piece for the back. I'm actually going to just do a little line connecting out to that piece. And on the bottom I'm going to have a sweeping shape. And I'm going to give it a bit of a curly bit for the bottom. That's curling it around and giving it a little bit of an edge. And I'm going to pop it out a little bit there. Alright, now let's go in and start to do some bits and pieces on these letters and make them look a bit cooler. So you can see on this piece here, I've already drawn in some edges, some serifs, some stylized bits. So I'm going to just go through and show you some different spots where you can do that. pretty much all these little edges here are good opportunities to do that kind of stuff. Just to add a little bit more bump, curve, attitude. That little bit there made it look quite a lot nicer. Just kind of turned this into a bit more of an S-curve. And where these lines overlap, there's always good opportunity to make extra detail there. So by just rubbing out certain areas, it makes it look a bit nicer, a little bit different. I won't go through and rub everything out, but you can see just by adding little bits on there, it gives it a little bit more flavour. Now for this one, I might just come in and add some extra pieces. I've got this feeling like it's a little bit more blocky. I think it looks good if we just kind of stack some different shapes on it. I might even just come through the middle here and just slice it up, make some different shapes, fill in the space a little bit differently. Might even just come on and add another little bit there. And where this line is heading, I might just send there a little bit of an overlapping line there. And just cut it in a little bit lower, a little bit of an inline. This piece here can kind of even join into it. Might do another inline here. Starting to go a bit crazy. By coming back and adding a bit of a power line to the main body of where the B is, the center of the B I should say, it'll make it a little bit more readable again. On the outer edges, you know, like this bit here, on the outer edge of the letter and the outer edge around here, by thickening that up, it'll make it a lot more readable if you've been adding a lot more detail to it. I'll just pull it back out and let your eyes see the main feature of it again. So there's some other little ways that you can add a bit more detail to your stuff. Let's have a look at this one here. This one you can do the same kind of thing. Look for some edges where you can pump out some little stylized bits. And you can change the way you do those as well. You don't have to just do them block like that. You know, you can do little sharp edges on them as well, and that's going to give you a whole piece a different vibe as well. If they're all sharp, it starts to look a little bit more menacing and dangerous. Depends what kind of feel you're going for. Again, following these lines, some lines will just lead you to want to draw a longer line into something, like along here. That just naturally kind of flows back up into there, so we might as well make it disappear into it. And by getting rid of these lines here at the bottom, it's bringing us a different kind of feel. So here I might just push up a little piece in the back just to fill up a bit of space there. And this piece in here, now that I've drawn this line, I might just kind of send it around into the letter again. Get a bit of a different feel there. I might actually just come in and just chop into this letter a bit here. It's looking a little bit too round there for me, so I might just do that. Sometimes the shape can start to look a little too just weird, so you might have to just come in and mess with it to break up that flow, break up that line that seems to be bothering you. But yeah, it's a very personal thing. Some might think it looks worse now, but you know, doesn't matter. Again, just cutting in some lines here. These are inlines. They just add a bit more detail to a letter. And again, you see there how I just kind of flow that line into something near it, something else that could work. What I might do here is just do a big crack and just crack that into little pieces. And onto this one. Alright. Let's cut it up. Make it look a little bit more detailed. I want to really funk this one out a little bit. So I'm just starting to break it up into some pieces so I have more opportunity to add little stylized bits. But again, you see me just cruising around, just adding in little bits of detail. Here I feel like this space is too wide, so what I'm going to do is just run a piece in here a little bit closer, bring that in, messing with these little bits here, bringing it up a little bit higher, pushing it down a little bit lower, can really just change the whole feel of the letter. It's one of the most readable parts of a letter, and every letter is going to have a bit that is like the most important, the most readable silhouette of the whole piece. And here again, this space is pretty empty. I want to fill it up a little bit, so I might just follow this edge and just slowly peel away something in the background that can come up and fill up this space, and it's just going to be a piece swinging around in the background there. Again, this middle piece is really important, so by having slightly thicker lines there, it's going to bring it out and make it more readable. Again, when you're painting, you would do the same thing. Certain areas you just thicken it up with a bit bolder outline, the power line, and learning how to use a power line properly and where to put it, how much to put, will really make your letters read a whole lot better. You can see there, that's kind of brought the attention away from that piece in the middle and kind of framed that center bit of the B a little bit more. Now, because I've been cutting chunks out of this, I will continue to do it around the letter a little bit more. Let's just rub out some of these lines here. They're a little bit messy. So here, where I had that line before, might still just put that in there as an inline. Here, I might, leave that for a second. Over here, pop out a little bit more detail. Some edges on edges on edges. It's like edgeception, serifception. Yeah, that was weird. And boom. Bits on bits. So here, this piece kind of traveling down, we might just keep that going, cut up that space a little bit. I'm going to put another little bit on here, and I really want to kind of cut this up, this fat empty space, and I don't like that. What I've done there is just kind of made this look like two pieces. By bringing that curve in, and then where they cross over, I've kind of stopped it and then curved it back out. It makes it look like this top piece is smooth and curved. See what I mean? And this bit's just going to get another little bit on here, like just bam, just a little old school bit. Just chuck some bits on it, little chips. A little chip of something, another thing there, and just how's this for some old school bit? Ooh, bit of that. Get it? Fuck, that was such a shit joke. Popping out dad jokes by accident. Sorry guys. Alright, I'm gonna probably wrap it up there. What do you reckon? That bee's a little bit weird. He's a bit fat. He's a bit of a fat head. I might go back to that what I had before. And I'll show you something really important. What I was saying about the middle bit being very important. By just changing, see how that was sitting up there? If I just bring that down a little bit, I'll get a whole different letter. Straight away looks heaps different. And what I might do is bring those together so it's a little bit better. Something about it before wasn't looking good. I might actually just run that around and put a little blob on it. Some like OG looking shit. So there, that looks heaps better. Might just cut that, put a little thing in it. Bit of inlining, you know, just makes stuff look a little more interesting. Some cool little lines within lines. See, that made that one look heaps better. So there you have it. There's some sketching techniques that I thought you might enjoy. I hope that helps you guys get a little bit more style and flavor out of your sketches. If you got any questions about anything I did today, just drop them in the comments below. I'll be sure to hit you back. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more Creative Massive. Check out some of these videos I got cranking here. I mean, that one's pretty good. I think that one's pretty good too. I mean, I'm not sure that one randomly pops up, but you should probably check it out because, you know, it's going to have something in it. Alright. Peace.